10-speed and brown shoe won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today it's another
For the Stepdads.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. It's a hard stepdad
Well,
holiday.
yesterday was Thanksgiving.
You know, sure. Yes, Adam.
'Cause
Yesterday was Thanksgiving.
We're all listening to this on
This is Thanksgiving
Friday.
week.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, I had a stepdad, but my parents weren't divorced.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of friends who were divorced, and man, Thanksgiving was like you'd have your Thanksgiving with your mom and your stepdad and the family, and go to the fair, and then you go to that sad condo, and you couldn't cook, so you get some pizza or Burger King or
Order
something,
some Chinese food. Yeah.
head over to Blockbuster.
At least you got to watch a movie.
It was a sad King Day. Sad days for stepdads. But, you know, now with like food delivery services and stuff, you could probably get something decent for your kids.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's easy enough. Plus, with all the boxes you can get, and you just have to like throw it into a pan and cook it and all that. Like, it's much easier to make a semi-gourmet meal now.
Holidays are hard times for dads.
They are.
And stepdads, you know. You got to try to buy the love of the steps.
I think most stepdads, a lot of stepdads, always would try to buy the love instead of being the,
It was either buy the love or set your foot down. Those are two kinds of stepdads.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, buddy, I'm your buddy. And it's my way or the highway, young man.
Yeah.
You get to you're not my dad. Oh, I am now. Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
So is Who's Zoomin' Who?
Yeah.
This month. So I was thinking.
This was a great month.
It was a great month. So I went through it, right? So they live, the aliens are Zoomin' Earth people.
Yes.
Earthlings, as we're called.
Yes, the aliens were zooming the people.
The Earthlings.
Everyone.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes. So then you get to Total Recall, and it's Arnold zooming Arnold. He's zooming himself.
That's one of my favorite scenes in that movie is when he's
hey
like,
there, buddy.
"Hey, by the way, I'm the bad guy."
Look, I'm kissing the guy that you hate. He's my best friend. No, that's not true. You're zooming me.
I also do want to point out, apparently I was zooming Arnold because my impression of Arnold sounds more like Bobcat Goldthwait.
Well, that's kind of what Bobcat Goldthwait was a bad Arnold impersonation. And then we get to the thing.
Yeah.
And the thing is zooming everybody.
Yeah. Making everybody question everything all the time.
They were zoomed. So that's what Who's Zoomin' Who is. Thank you, Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
I don't know who wrote Who's Zoomin'
I'm going to
Who?
say she did.
Sure. Sure, let's go with that.
I did have a chance to read one of the comics. I never finished it. One of the sequel comics for the Thing, and man, that first series was crazy.
Yeah,
they both live, and then they find a Japanese boat, and they think that Childs leaves. Oh shit! What's his name? McCready. McCready leaves McCready with them, and then goes back to the camp. And so, of course, he's like, "Oh my God, Childs is the Thing." It ends on a submarine that crashes. It's super.
Okay,
weird.
but why would they leave?
He was going back. I don't know, but he wasn't.
The whole point was for them to not leave, to die.
At the end of that series, McCready was the only one that was still alive. Literally, everybody else he meets in the entire they're all dead.
Childs died?
Yeah, well, he was on the submarine when it went down, so I don't know. I got to read the rest of it.
Oh,
so.
maybe he's zooming you.
I will say, though, it would have made an excellent movie. It would have been a lot more action-y. There's like a paramilitary squad that shows up, like they're Army Rangers or something, and right after.
Wow.
Because surprise, when you blow up a Antarctic station, people notice.
They would
decided to show
It would take
up.
a while for them. Well, I guess they had satellites back then.
Yeah.
You're like, what's that?
Anyway, it was fun. I recommend it. They were really fun.
Good. Yeah. And all those movies are great. It was fun to zoom.
It's really not fun to zoom. It's fun to go zooming.
Yeah, when you're zooming.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
So those were really, it was really fun to rewatch a lot of those movies. I hadn't seen them in a while. I mean, The Thing I see all the time. But I hadn't seen They Live in a while, and I definitely had not seen Total Recall in probably, I don't know, 15 at least
really?
15
Wow.
years. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not one of my, like go-tos, but watching it again, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoy that movie. It's of a time that I love.
Right.
And it's of a genre that I love and, an actor that I love.
It's the epitome of an 80s action movie. Like it's even from the get-go with how it was developed, getting to the point of having it be Arnie, and like it's just such an 80s action movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're all very much of their time. And I think but honestly, I think The Thing is a bit timeless.
I agree. I think that could have been made 2 weeks ago. Like it's
it's got a I mean, cuz of those Arctic movies are pretty evergreen, because it's always the same technology and the same huts and stuff and the same snow, and
Arctic technology has not advanced much in the last 50 years.
It's so cold. You gotta keep everything warm or it'll freeze up. Your cameras will freeze, Adam.
Yeah, I know.
Fog up your lenses.
No, that's bad.
Ooh, honky.
Don't need
honky.
Oh my
you
God.
jive, honky. Okay. So what are you watching? Anything Zoomin? Did you watching anything with people zoomers?
Technically, yes. I did watch Don't Worry, Darling.
Well, who's zooming who? Oh, I know who's zooming who on that. That was pretty good.
I wasn't
a little too long.
Phoebe liked it. I wasn't a big fan. It was fine. It felt like a premise for a Twilight Zone episode, but then it was 2 hours long, and it was like, okay. Although performances were fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh.
She's becoming probably one of my favorite actors.
Oh, she's so
everything
good.
that I see her in. She's never given a bad performance in my book. There's a new movie on Netflix I want to check out with her. It's
the Wonder, I think it's called, or something.
It's like she goes to see some girl who's been on a fast for 1,000,000 years. Or
yeah.
Sounds weird.
It looks interesting. I mean, she's in it, so I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I think she is now one of those actors that if she's in it, I'll watch it.
Right.
Getting that way with her and with Anna Taylor. What's her name from?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes, Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she's great.
Speaking of, that was another Who's Zoomin' Who movie I just saw, was The Menu.
Oh, yeah.
Which just came out last week. Highly recommend it. I'm sure it'll be on streaming in the next 3 days or something.
I hope so.
It's made pretty good money, but Anya Taylor-Joy is phenomenal in that movie.
She always is.
She's definitely in that level of like Florence Pugh,
yeah,
where she just has confidence. And
well,
it's awesome.
There's so many young actresses that are so fierce now.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying watching them much more than their contemporaries. Like, there's not a lot of young, and it's not their fault. I thought Harry Styles was really good, and
he was fine.
He's got some chops. He's a good-looking kid.
He did well. Yeah. I mean, I don't know his music, and I've never seen him in anything else.
Wait. You're telling me that you have never been to a One Direction concert?
Oh, is it One Direction?
Yeah. Before he ruined One Direction, I think it's One Direction. It might not be
Jonas Brothers or something.
No, that's with was it the redheaded kid in One Direction?
Prince William?
No, the kid that was on Game of Thrones. He's the redheaded, weird looking. He's a really good singer, but he's like a
the one that was
Chumley Dimples, I think his name is. Chumley Dimples.
The one that was a guest star? Or
yes, he was a guest star. He's a troubadour. He's a singer.
Ed Sheeran?
Yes, thank you.
He was not in One Direction.
He wasn't?
No.
I can't keep all these kids straight.
I don't even know if Harry Styles is in One Direction.
I think he was. I don't know, man. If I knew boy bands, it would be a problem.
He did. I will say he did
my age.
With the reveal of that movie with Don't Worry, Darling, and I don't want to spoil anything, but like he did a great job, because he definitely the other half of his role, he was almost unrecognizable. It was really good.
It was also really fun to see the Big Mouth guy doing a more dramatic.
Chris Pine.
No, from Big Mouth.
Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll, yeah.
I just thought you were talking about a guy having a big mouth.
Chris
Pine can fit his whole head inside his mouth.
Chris Pine looked like this movie ruined him when he was on like the press tour, or when he was at camp.
Really?
Like, he looked like he was cosplaying Ellen.
Wow,
he looked
angry,
like Ellen.
Sour
no,
butthole.
he just was there. but not there. He
Weird.
just seemed like he was just constantly escaping
Maybe
the situation. It didn't seem like a lot of people. I don't know. I hate when there's so much like drama that comes out. I don't want to know who's effing who and who's mad at who.
I don't care about any of that.
You know, it seemed like Florence Pugh was kind of upset about this movie for some reason. I don't know, but it's like
maybe Chris Pine was upset because the movie was so long and he was so tired of seeing it, and he was just like, I can't do this anymore.
I'm just gonna grow out my hair for the premiere. I'm just gonna let my hair grow and show you how long it took to make this movie. Chris Pine's a weirdo, but I like him. I love his dad.
Oh, he's great. Oh yeah. His
dad was on Chips.
Yeah,
he was.
He was.
He was the police captain on Chips.
Yeah, Chris Pine's great. I mean, it's not. They were all great. The movie itself, I don't even. I think Olivia Wilde did a great job directing it.
She's a good filmmaker. I really enjoyed her other. I don't know if it was her first film, but Booksmart.
I think it was her first. I think it was her directorial debut.
With,
no, I didn't see it though.
With Beanie Feldman and the actress who played the daughter in that horrible George Clooney movie that just came out.
Oh, I don't know her name. The Ticket to Paradise girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was great in Booksmart. Both of the leads were great, and it was a really good movie.
I need to see that. I would like to see it. Yeah,
It's
I've
on
heard really
Hulu.
good things. Yeah.
Hulu.
Hello?
I finally watched Nope.
Yeah, Nope. Yeah.
My favorite part of that movie was the call out to the title. Every time they were like, nope, 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 nope.
It was so final and nope, we're done. All right.
I am not doing this.
It was great.
It was so good. Okay, look, I'm going to say, if you haven't seen it, pause the show, go watch it, and then come back, because I want to talk about. I mean, I think it's fair. It's been out for quite a while.
It's been in the theater for a long time, and it's now on.
But if you haven't seen it, pause the show, go watch it, come back, and join in the fun.
Yeah.
So let's wait 2 hours for them to come back. That's too long. So
and we're back.
So it was, to me, I was lucky enough not to have anything spoiled.
Same.
Which is incredible, since I,
took you 4 months to see it.
Waited for streaming. But it was so good. It was basically Jaws.
Yeah.
In the sky, but it was like, the thing that was so frightening is it's the sky,
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you go, he's there.
And it was just so interesting, and the whole subplot with the chimpanzee attacking the sitcom set.
And Glenn from The Walking Dead. Stephen
Yeun, who was great,
phenomenal in this movie.
Oh my God, such a layered performance.
Oh, and he's such a screwed up kid actor.
Oh yeah, and the relationship between the Sibs was really cool. I love both of those actors.
Oh, they're so good.
I remember, I think, was it Akilah in the Bee that we first saw?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
Which she was phenomenal in, and just keeps getting better and better. And then David Alule?
Daniel Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya. Oh, jeez, oh boy.
You were a little off.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
So great, man. So great. I love that he's becoming the De Niro.
He was so good. It's so funny, because Phoebe and I watched Black Panther, and I totally forgot that Daniel Kaluuya was in it. And he is so different. He is such a good actor.
Yeah.
The characters are so defined. He was so understated in Nope. Like, it was so good.
Well, yeah. I mean, he played that character so well of, been under his dad's thumb.
Keith David.
Yeah, our buddy Keith David. I was so happy to see him, and then so sad.
Yeah.
He got killed by a nickel.
I thought that the part of the tech guy, whose I don't know his name.
Yeah.
I don't know that actor's name. I literally thought that part was written for Dave Franco.
Oh, it's very Dave Franco's part.
And it was like, I don't know if it was one of those that, like, Dave Franco just didn't have time, or...
No, I think he wanted more of a diverse cast.
Sure,
So there's not a lot of...
He was just so that type.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, if you look at it, there's not a lot of, like, white people cast in the main roles, which is great.
That's true, yeah.
The Hispanic kid is the techie guy, and...
Yeah. Even his, like, little weird techie friend is like the like blue hair.
Yeah.
And it was good. And my favorite thing about it is that the script is so smart, because, like, they know something weird's going on, and they get all this stuff, and they try to pretend like, the security systems, and they're like, no, whatever. And then the dude's like, yeah, that cloud hasn't moved in like 3 days. And they're like, oh, you noticed? And it's like, yeah.
It was great. Everybody was kind of in on it. People weren't stupid. There was that great scene with the kids pretending to be the aliens. It was super creeps.
Oh my God, that was so. There's so many excellent elements to this movie.
Nope.
Yeah. Just,
if you haven't seen it,
the dude, the director guy, totally out of nowhere. The one that did all the filming.
Oh, the cinematographer.
Yeah, cinematographer.
Played by Walcott. Is that his name?
I don't remember.
He's one of the best character actors ever.
Yeah.
He was in The Crow. He was in Alien 4.
Yeah.
Michael Walcott.
That sounds right.
Something.
That sounds right. He's so good in this stuff.
One of those,
and also, Osgood Perkins was in it. Anthony Perkins' son. He played the stage manager when they had the horse train. He was trying to do the Daniel Kaluuya was trying to do the thing. Yeah, I love Osgood Perkins. He's actually a really good director.
All right.
Yeah, it was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
The only thing about it that I was disappointed is that when they first started doing advertisements for it, I thought it was going to be about biblical depictions of angels.
I'm glad it wasn't.
And it wasn't. I thought that was what it was going to be, but I'm glad it wasn't.
But you don't know. Maybe it was.
I mean...
there's no explanation of what that thing is.
Right. That's just not how an angel looked in biblical descriptions.
How do you know? Well, maybe...
It's in the Bible, Jim.
Well, they changed a lot of stuff in the Bible.
Oh, my God. I'm talking about the actual descriptions of angels in the Bible with multiple eyes and very free-flowing and all this stuff.
All right.
It was
Angel
interesting.
Talk.
Welcome to Angel Talk Radio. It's one of those things that because I find the biblical depiction of angels to be terrifying, and that's why I was so excited about it. But that being said, Nope was a brilliant movie, and I'm glad I didn't go there. And I think it actually helped me because I was like, oh, it's obviously not about that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it was very, very fun, and I'm really glad that I didn't know anything about it when I saw it.
You are very lucky you didn't get anything spoiled.
I'm good about that. I also watched The English, the miniseries with Emily Blunt and actors whose name I can't remember. Native American actor who's really great. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. It's a good Western. I feel like the guy who wrote it played a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's some fun, weird stuff. And holy moly, baby, syphilis. I never knew how destructive syphilis is if not treated.
Well, it's not a walk in the park.
Well, no, but it's just crazy how, like, the stages of syphilis are you get like an outbreak of these sores on your hand.
Okay.
And they go away. And it may go away forever.
Oh, yeah.
But if it comes back, you're effed. And it doesn't go away. And it rots you. Like, all of your nose, your ears all fall off, your lips.
Yeah, because it eventually...
And you go blind and you go deaf.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Because it used to... it degenerates your brain, too. Because there's a lot of times it'll be... Like, it won't be physically obvious, but it'll be, like, literally make you crazy.
Yeah. No, it's
not a fun disease.
No. I
or
get
it's
fun.
Or something.
No, it's a disease.
Just keep rolling that dice.
It's a sexually transmitted disease.
I know, but that doesn't mean it's not... I mean, is it a bacteria? Is it a virus? Like, is it a...
Well, it's probably a virus if it comes back and lays dormant.
I don't know anything about syphilis, so...
Well, let me tell you, Adam. It's disgusting. And don't ignore it.
Didn't Al Capone have syphilis? Wasn't that part
Yeah,
of it?
he had I think his brain was syphilitic.
Yeah.
And he went crazy.
Yeah. Or I think maybe Hitler had syphilis or something.
Who knows?
There was something at the end that it was like...
Hitler's got everything, according to everybody. He had one ball and micro penis.
He liked to eat poop.
He was a vegetarian. He was good to his dog. I don't know. People have a lot of things to say about Hitler.
Okay, well, I don't, so it doesn't matter. It's funny. I found out that I've been watching this YouTube channel, The Y-Files, and the guy on there did a bunch of voices for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to watch him anymore because I made the mistake of watching a live broadcast of him, and I saw a friend post something on Facebook about how easy it is to go from researching the paranormal to becoming a huge conspiracy theorist.
Oh, no.
And man, I was like, this is not appealing to me at all anymore.
I was. It's funny that you said that because this morning I was listening. I've been listening to Jordan Klepper. Mm-hmm. He's
from
on the Daily Show. Yeah. Genius.
Yeah, I need to watch the new episode. Yeah.
Well, he's got a podcast now. Jordan Klepper fingers the conspiracy.
Yeah.
Because his other thing is fingers the whatever.
Right.
He's the finger guy.
He fingers the
things.
midterms. He fingers so, you've been watching anything else? Any other movies?
I watched Inside Job.
Oh, the cartoon?
Yeah. It's good. It starts slow, but it gets better. The second season's really fun.
Okay. I couldn't get into it, but I'll give it another try.
It's fun because you get Lizzie Kaplan and
Adam
Scott reunited as lovers.
Ooh.
But it's fun. It's goofy.
Yeah.
Clark Duke's on it.
Oh, nice.
Brett Gelman's on it. He's really funny.
Oh, yeah. Brett Gelman's great, too.
I'm not finished with it yet. I enjoyed it. There's just so much stuff out now. We've been we got to finish up Andor today.
Yeah.
That's been great. That's been awesome. One of my favorite.
It has been a very bright spot in the Star Wars universe in the last few years.
The TV shows have all been really cool, but this one is so. It just captures. It seems like it was made in the 70s. It just captures that feel and the look and the vibe of the original Star Wars.
It was shepherded very well by the showrunner. Yes.
Even the hairstyles and stuff.
Everything is very late 70s.
Yeah, it's just, and they did a great job of integrating kind of newer technology with the older technology. And I got to say, Mr. Skarsgård. It's the role of a lifetime. He's the coolest MFer on the planet.
So good.
Okay, spoiler alert from the previous episode. If you haven't seen it, just pause and go watch it. But man, it's not even that big a deal. But his escape with the ship.
Oh, it was so rad.
He's got the cool.
It was so rad.
There's only one ship now that rivals the Millennium Falcon as the coolest ship in the Star Wars universe, and it's whatever that ship's called. It should be called Awesome.
It's the USS Awesome. It was great. I'm really excited to see the finale. I think it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
They literally on Tuesday started shooting the new season.
Good.
So it's coming back.
It should. It's so well done. And even though you know the fate of the main character, it's still super engaging.
That's what's really interesting is that normally with stuff like this, when you know what's going to happen to somebody, it's kind of like, okay, they're just building towards it. They're building towards it. And this doesn't. It feels like this could go for, another 5 seasons before they get to that end point.
Yeah, it's a very adult series for Star Wars. I mean, it's not, adult, but it's I think little kids are probably kind of bored with it.
Yeah, I mean, I going into it, I was like, do I really want to deal with like espionage and conspiracy and whatnot? And the show won me over.
Yeah, it's like a 70s World War II spy flick. It's very cool. What else? What else have you been watching?
Everything about it's just brilliant. I started. I didn't finish it, but I did start watching that murder mystery, the English murder mystery thing.
Oh, that was good.
See how they run.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
I fell asleep.
It's just got that cool, theater-y.
Yeah.
Murder by death vibe. It's just kind of. I like those farce murder mystery comedies.
100%.
I don't think that they needed to have what's his name be English.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell could have.
Half the time he doesn't even say anything; he just stands there. He's like,
It's because his accent's not that great. They cut like 2/3 of his lines.
But Saoirse Ronan
how does that say?
Saoirse Ronan.
Okay, she was awesome.
It's Irish.
Yeah, I know.
She's fantastic, and I do want to finish it. I need to go back and rewatch the last 10 minutes. But I do want to finish it. But it's fun. She's so good. Another powerhouse lady that's just killing it.
Yeah, she just keeps getting better and better. I watched Smile. That was really cool.
I need to watch that still.
It was a cool psychological thriller horror.
Oh, okay.
A bit kind of like It Follows in a way.
Nice.
But it was interesting, and it had some genuine spooks and scares. I had a couple of jumps.
I did start watching the documentary The Automat, which I know sounds really exciting, but it's got Mel Brooks in it, and it is really interesting. It is a dining experience that doesn't exist anymore.
It was great.
Yeah.
You just go to a little thing and you pull it open and you grab your sandwich.
Put your nickels in and take your coffee or your sandwich or your pie out.
Sitting out there ready for you.
Just hang out in the automat.
I also watched Slumberland.
Oh, yeah, with Jason Momoa.
It was cute. It was fun. It was visually pleasing.
Yeah.
It was weird to see Chris O'Dowd without his Irish accent.
Yeah.
He's extra mopey when he's an American.
I love Chris O'Dowd.
He's great, but he's so mopey in this.
He is.
He's good at being a mope.
He's a mopey mope.
Hey, we need somebody to mope. Get Chris O'Dowd. Can he do an American accent?
Can we make his face longer?
Oh, I'm so sad.
They finally announced Top Gun Maverick is coming to Paramount Plus on December 22nd.
Oh, yeah. I'll be interested to see that. Finally, I've heard such good. It's funny. I really could not care less about that movie. I know everybody says it's the best movie of the year, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it when I see it. But it's like I keep forgetting that it exists. And then it'll be like, oh, yeah, that movie's coming.
It's funny because it's made a lot of money.
Sure. I'm not saying that I am the majority on this one. I'm just saying that for some reason, I just don't. I don't know what it is about Tom Cruise that I've just not soured on him, but I just think I've had enough.
He's really good in this movie.
I'm sure he is. He is a movie star.
Yeah.
He's one of our very last movie stars. And that guy is a professional, a movie star.
Yes.
I finished the Lego Star Wars Skywalker saga. I finished the main
stories,
the movies.
Yeah.
There's still a bunch of stuff to go back and do if you want, which is cool because then it's like an open worlds kind of thing. You know, you just pick whoever you want, pick whatever ship you want, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. It's basically like playing Legos. And then I'm still playing Horizon.
Yeah. There's a lot left on that, don't you?
Well, it's the kind of game where it's fits and spurts. Like, you get sometimes you'll do a play session and it just feels like you're just talking to everybody. You're just having one conversation after another. Right. You don't really care what they're saying. Sometimes you do, but sometimes it's like, okay, deal with your own relationship problems. I got a world to save.
It's you're over-explaining.
But the last time I played it, I was, I had some goals in mind. So it was really fun, like the combat and everything.
Yeah.
Once you move forward and do it, now I can breathe underwater. So it's super pretty under
that's
there.
Cool.
It's been really fun. I also, for some reason, got a bug up my butt and re-downloaded one of the Batman games.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember which one. I think it's the last one.
Gotham Knight. Yeah, the last one.
Not the Gotham Knights, not the...
No, it's called Gotham Knight.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight.
Yeah, Gotham Knight is the new one, I think. But anyway.
Knight, yeah.
That's such a fun game.
It's great. Just don't do the Riddler stuff.
That's why I stopped.
It is the single most frustrating thing I've ever done in a video game.
That's the where you drive, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's why I remember I started it, and I'm like, why did I quit? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I know why I quit.
But they are optional. You don't have to do them. But it's like, man, there's one, it's like the first or second one you do. The first one's pretty easy. The second one is like, oh my God, that was so difficult. Then you realize there's like 100 of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
No, I'm not going to do those. Super, super, super excited next month. The Witcher 3, it's like the next generation
remaster.
There you go. Yeah. I just watched the thing. God love the polls. I just watched this thing by CD Projekt Red where they were like talking about some of the new features, and they're all sitting. It looks like they're like in a Witcher, tavern or something.
Okay.
Wearing their Witcher hoodies. But man, it was just like, okay, so we're going to talk about some of the features. Yeah, this is great. I love it. Oh, and we fixed that one quest that was bad. My bad. Sorry about that. That was me. I did it, but we fixed it. But even though they were charming,
a
little boring, The new stuff looks great. There's so many different modes. Like,
oh yeah,
you can change the view. You can change
nice.
the way you fight. You can change all sorts of stuff. And there's like new side quests, and there's new stuff based on the Witcher show.
Oh wow, really? Interesting.
So it's not just a port. It's they kind of gave you some new stuff to play around with. But man, I'm so excited to replay that game.
Yeah, it was a fun one. I definitely am looking forward to that. It's got such a rich story. It's very good. They just announced they're doing Control 2, so I re-downloaded Control and have played through it. All of it again.
Wow, I haven't even played that game.
Well, the main story. I did realize that there was a whole connection to Alan Wake, the company's first game,
Remedy,
that I didn't play because I was like, well, I hadn't played the Alan Wake game in a long time, and I did a long time ago, but like I didn't remember any of it. No, it turns out it's like a whole expansion, like it's a whole thing that is kind of tangentially related to the Alan Wake thing, but like it's a whole new floor, a whole new like all these areas, and like new enemies and like new guns and new upgrades and all this stuff. Like it was cool.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta play that. I'm trying to finish God of War because I want to play the new one.
I'll probably play through that again before you finish it.
Probably. I'm not good at finishing games. I think it's just fear of commitment. I don't know. Yeah, what it is I get distracted by shiny things. And so I go from one game. That's why I really enjoyed, there's certain games that I really enjoyed, like Guardians of the Galaxy or the Star Wars game, because you got an endpoint,
Yeah.
You go through, you play the stories, and you can get through it. You don't have to, like, I just get overwhelmed with all the side quests and the collectibles and the crafting and the this and the that, which makes the game engaging, but it also can be a little overwhelming at times.
Well,
that's why I like the God of War, because there's not as much.
It's very linear, yeah.
That's why I'm also sorry.
But Control is that way too. I mean, it's not overwhelming in that way. Like you definitely get some side quests and stuff, but you can literally get through the main story in probably like 30 hours.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. I'm also when it goes on sale, I really want to get that Wild West game that came out. It's like
Weird West or Evil West.
Evil West.
Evil
I think.
West.
Yeah, it's like a third-person action. They describe it as like a cross between God of War and Doom.
Oh wow! Okay.
But it's another linear action adventure. Devil May Cry type of combo shooter killer thing with a decent
that's right.
story.
I remember seeing the
Jake Baldino, I think his name is, from Game Ranks. He did a really cool piece on that because he loves those type of games.
Yeah,
it's not a perfect game. It's not a AAA game.
Sure,
but it's still like $59. Like if it goes down to 19 or something, definitely. Yeah, because it's only about 10 hours.
That's not a ton.
But I do like those 10, 12-hour experiences too, because it's fun to get in and get out of something with purpose. It's great to have an open world to explore for years and years and years.
Yeah.
But there's also something to be said about the accomplishment of finishing something.
Yeah. Well, I finished A Plague Tale: Innocence, and that was because I'm debating on whether or not to buy Requiem, and it's the same way. It's a very linear, very God of War like, just linear. There's stuff you can find, but it's not a lot, and for the most part, it's just telling the story, and it's great. It's like picking up a book and just hanging out for 20 hours.
Yeah, I like those experiences. There's some really good storytelling experiences in video games. Oxenfree is really good. The
After
Party, which is
same company.
Same company. They do really fun, walking games basically. You just kind of walk around and do stuff. But it's cool that they're still making, because those people keep describing Evil West as a PlayStation 2 game or a PlayStation 3 game.
Really?
Not in a bad way. But you remember back in those games, there were these Devil May Cry. There were all of these action adventure games where you just kind of blew through a story.
Yeah.
Had a ton of fun, ton of action. It's like the Nathan Drake. Those are like playing a movie.
Yeah. Those are
Uncharted
fantastic.
Games,
the Uncharted games. Yeah, those are great. It's interesting. I'm looking for. I think that's why I picked up Control again. I've been looking for something to have more of those storytelling experiences. Like I think I'm getting really close to playing through The Last of Us again. Because it's a great story.
When that goes on sale, I'm definitely going to get the
part 1.
Yeah. And I'm hoping by that time, then maybe they've made the port of Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Because I want to play through the whole saga again.
Yeah.
I'd like to play through all of it before the show comes out next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our friend Jana has my copy of Last of Us 2.
Yeah, it's so good. God, all of it's so good.
It is. It's brutal and it's challenging, and it's and not just challenging in a difficulty way, but challenging in a storytelling, and dramatic way. It's a tough story, especially if you played through the first one.
Yeah,
the second one is there's heartbreaking moments that there's moments in that video game that and Red Dead Redemption 2 that really affected me.
Yeah.
And those are the best games, the kind that can, and this is a spoiler for those who haven't played Red Dead 2, but, at the end, if you have the same horse throughout your playthrough and it dies, because it dies, his reaction is just so heartbreaking because, it's your, and it's heartbreaking for you too because you've had that horse for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good at the heartstrings. It's again, Rockstar and Naughty Dog are probably the two best storytelling companies out there.
Completely. Yeah, that's the beauty of The Last of Us is that everything in that game is towards raising tension and like making it more dramatic. Like it's the fact that half the game you run around, I've got one bullet.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, like I found 3 more and it took me 4 shots to kill this guy. And now I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you have to really strategize and plot how you're going to go through stuff. And I really love that stuff. And I also just like, it's the same thing with movies. I like really good independent films. Mm-hmm. And I also just like big old crazy blockbusters. It's like there's room for all of them. And it's whatever mood you're in.
Yeah. I've been getting more excited about the Marvel stuff coming up for some reason. I was kind of after the last Avengers movies, and like I was like, okay, because I loved the whole Infinity Saga, like in the comics and in this, like it was great. And so I was kind of like, what now? Like, what does it really matter? And the shows have been great. I mean, I've been enjoying the stuff. I've been enjoying most of it. And the movies have been okay. But, like, for some reason, I feel like they're kind of gearing it up again. And I'm getting excited to see the crossover stuff and all that.
Yeah, the show, I loved She-Hulk and I loved Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, they were doing really well.
Moon Knight. Y'all know what I thought of Moon Knight.
But even like the Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's fine.
That's still, it wasn't like the other. It was the thing about Ms. Marvel was it was so much fun. Yeah, it was a comic book show. I mean, it looked like a comic book show. It smelled and it felt and it tasted like a comic book show. It was so much fun, and it reveled being in that world.
Yeah, yeah.
And it told a story that was about people that you don't usually get a story told about, especially in a superhero movie too, and done in such a really great way, and in such a positive and informative way that, like we talked about before, I think the way that they use culture in Ms. Marvel was just so much more refreshing than the way that they used it in Moon Knight.
Yeah, yeah.
Which it was just kind of a, in Moon Knight it was just a plot device.
Right.
Whereas it was in the DNA of Ms. Marvel.
Yes, yes.
And that's what made it so much fun and so good. It really, it's you can tell the people that love comic books or love Star Wars who make the shows. Favreau and Filoni. They love Star Wars and they revere it, but not in a precious way. They create really good stories that fit in that universe that are kind of, The Mandalorian is awesome because it's adjacent, but it's, you don't have like the Jedis and all that stuff so much. You have a little bit, but it's something new. The same thing with Andor. It's just like this awesome spy thriller war movie that is just, you could tell who's making that not only loves Star Wars, but loves those type of movies and has done their homework.
It's brilliant. Yeah, very smart. Very smart.
And that's, I think, the key And that's why I'm really kind of excited about DC now with James Gunn being in charge of those properties, because he's a guy that loves comic books. He's done the best DC things that I can think of. Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. Yeah. Two of the best DC products I've seen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm really excited about him helming it, because, he's going to put some really good stuff together. He's not just going to... I think the days of these dark, moody superhero movies... Look, we're going to get Joker 2. We're going to get another Matt Reeves Batman. So we're going to be living in those dirty, gritty worlds.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're kind of adjacent to me. They're not super comic book movies. They're in a different universe.
Sure. They're just telling their own stories. Yeah.
But I think the thing that the Marvel universe is lacking, that James Gunn brought to it, was the humor and the fun and the comic booky stuff to it.
Yeah.
Because, Peacemaker was crazy violent and nuts, and had so many really deep emotional issues and father issues.
It was written very well.
Yeah, but it also was fun.
Yeah.
And everybody in it was having fun, and all the characters were fun. And that's the same thing with Suicide Squad.
But that's the same thing with Ms. Marvel and She-Hulk. Like, they were fun.
Yeah.
Like, everyone in it was having fun.
Exactly. And like I said, with... my big problem with Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Don't bring cancer into my into my superhero movie.
Or at least if you do it better.
Exactly. It's very tricky to put real life issues into stuff where people are wearing spandex and running around and flying around.
Yeah.
It's just it's touchy.
Yeah, and it seems very. It just seems very trite that it's like in Moon Knight, yeah, of course, my alter ego is this badass that can kick everybody's butt. And it's like, okay, great.
Wasn't the alter ego the Englishman?
Yeah, yes, the way it turned out.
Yeah.
But that's not what you believe at the beginning. You think he's the person, and he's not. And
I know. And it's
convoluted and didn't really work.
No, and...
It makes me sad. Because
it does. I usually like the
character
Oscar Isaac. Yeah. And I just did not like him in this.
The woman with him, and I don't remember her name, but she was really great in it.
Yeah.
But it's... Yeah. What do you think about Bob Iger coming back to Disney?
I think it's good.
Yeah. One of the first things he said was, I'm going to give control back to the creatives. And I was like, man, I'm excited then, because not that I think stuff has been bad on Disney, but it's like...
he was only, 3 months he was in charge? How long was he gone?
Bob Iger? Or Bob Chapek?
Yeah.
Bob Chapek, since January 2020.
Oh,
he was in charge for 2 years,
okay. Yeah.
He was single-handedly running Disney into the ground. I'm excited for the future of Disney Plus stuff, the original shows, Star Wars. He's going to try to get the Star Wars film machine back going again.
Good. And I hope that he does it in a way that steers us clear of Jedis for a while. We can.
I hope so.
I think they need like a bounty hunter movie, like a heist movie.
Yeah.
We could do a great, awesome heist movie in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
You can do any sort of genre within the Star Wars universe. You can even do like a medical show within Star Wars.
You could, yeah.
I think it's great to have him back, especially with the sad news of Discovery Plus taking over HBO Max, where we don't know if we're going to have any of our shows back.
Right.
Because that guy, I forget his name, the guy that's running that.
Cut and dry. Just, man, don't have the numbers. Ding, ding, you're done.
And the poor Scoob people, they actually finished...
He had to.
The movie, and he's just like...
none of that, all of that is just ridiculous.
It's heartbreaking. It's hard enough to make it at all in this business in any small, tiny little way. But to get to the point where you get to make a movie, you get to direct a movie, I mean, that's like 2% of the people that try to do it get it.
Probably even less than that.
And you get all the way there.
Yeah.
And then they're like, tax break. Nobody's ever going to see your movie ever. We're going to put it in a vault, and nobody can ever, 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 ever see your movie.
Except for you, because you'll have a copy of it.
Yeah. Show it to your friends. One person at a time.
Yeah.
I don't even think they can have copies of it.
Probably not.
Honestly.
I'm sure he probably does, but I don't think legally they can. All right. Well, we're out of time.
Nice. Well, hope everybody is fat and sassy from eating on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And do yourself a favor. on Black Friday today, if you still got time, why don't you pick up The Thing and Total Recall? Get yourself some DVDs.
Yeah.
Jump up that collection of Blu-rays. So,
a lot of fun extra stuff on those Blu-rays.
When the power goes out and you're running your Jenny, you're not going to be able to get Netflix, so you're going to need something to watch.
That's true.
Physical media, baby. Anyway, we'll see you next time. We're starting up a whole new month. Toys Story.
It's the Toys Story.
Apostrophe S, because it's their story.
You're literally going to say that every time.
I am. And we're starting with Hot Wheels, baby.
Oh yeah.
And then
Hot Wheels with no apostrophe.
Nope. And then, because they got wheels.
They got wheels, yeah.
Then we're going to do Nerf and G.I. Joe and Lego.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun month.
Yep. Get your toys ready, because we're going to play. I finally watched Get Out. No. I finally watched Nope. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. The Bionic Woman, already in progress.